This month, we are bringing you the stories of entrepreneurs who are starting and growing local businesses here. Keith West is the owner of Urban Fresh Cosmetics. His multi-million-dollar business focuses on customers outside of the state, but he says New Mexico is a great place to start and grow a business. He sat down with our producer, Sarah Gustavus, to share part of his story.
Keith, thanks for coming in today.
My pleasure.
You're an entrepreneur. You've been an entrepreneur for many years. You make skincare products, and you've also owned a hotel and spa and coffee house in New Orleans. On our series about entrepreneurs, we've heard about serial entrepreneurs. Would you call yourself that?
I'm an extreme serial entrepreneur. So not only do I bounce around from business to business, completely different categories of business, so totally.
What are you making right now?
Right now, the main thing is skincare. Organic, natural, and the majority of my business is private label, and that's where we put other people's names on the products, and then they sell them as their own products.
Tell me about some of the flavors or things that people would see if they stop by your store.
Oh goodness, we have our own bees from the roof when I bought the building, so we have a honey and beeswax soap. One of our favorites is a pumpkin exfoliant, because of course this time of year we get great organic pumpkin. So I make about 220 different products.
And when you're making it, are we talking very, very large batches or small batches? What's your process like?
Most people think it needs to be big, like a microbrewery. It's not. Organic natural skincare is more like cooking. So mostly 1 gallon, 5 gallon batches, because you're dealing with things that are natural and organic. They're naturally preserved, but you also don't need more than you need to ship out in a given week.
And so does that mean when people are putting in an order, you're making that after the fact?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds challenging.
A lot of what we've been doing, and it's a very customized business, because you order today, we make the products that you need, we print your labels, because it says PBS New Mexico on there when we ship them to you, and then it goes out.
And so your business is it's based locally here in Albuquerque, but your customer base is global.
Yeah, when I look at the list, we have 2 customers in New Mexico. All the rest of the 400 and some are global.
And one of the products people might have heard of before but may not know it's you is the Breaking Bad bath care products.
Bathing Bad.
Bathing Bad.
Yep. So that one was I tell everybody my first $1 million was off spa meth, which is blue colored sea salts with some great essential oils, and we ship them all over the world.
What are some of the lessons you've learned from your years as an entrepreneur, things that you wouldn't do again or try not to do again?
The funny thing is I'd try not to be a serial entrepreneur again. So I've actually done a really good job of at least focusing down to skincare, wholesale, retail, and I probably would not go into business with my life partner, spouse, whatever again, because that ends up being challenging.
What's unique about the Albuquerque climate? You've also owned a business in another state. What was different about starting a business here in New Mexico?
I actually tell everybody that I couldn't have started a business anywhere else in the country and do what I do, because New Mexico has not only the right ingredients and the right people, and the people are friendly and they care and they listen, and when people say, "How are you here?" they mean it. And it's also, the rest of the world, you can do networking and you can connect with people, and we say it's 6 degrees of separation, but Albuquerque's 2 degrees. Literally, if you need anybody, 1 phone call will get that person's number.
What about unique challenges here?
Challenges here, the biggest one for me is really dealing with, and it's all my own issues. I bought a building that had been vacant for 9 years, but finding the space and finding what I want to do. And now the issue for me is adding employees, because we're growing at a ridiculous amount.
What are the challenges in growth? Or you mentioned that you do these small batches. It sounds like there could be a lot of issues in your process that you have to address.
Yeah, and the other issues being organic and natural is I don't synthesize things in a lab, so I have to be able to get fresh pumpkin or organic canned pumpkin. So a lot of times it's issues with suppliers, being able to get them in when I need them to keep the stuff on the shelves so I can ship it out. So that tends to be a big problem. Extreme growth, while every entrepreneur says they would love it, is not an easy thing to deal with. So 3 years ago, we did about $200,000 a year in sales. Last year, we did 3.1 million.
Wow.
So that's, yeah, I work my family to death, because it's a family-owned business. We all live in the same building. It's my mom and my dad who are divorced, so they have to live in separate parts of my building. My sister, my niece, and my niece is 9, and yes, I use child labor, because apparently if they're related, it's legal. So we're fine.
Now, you've been through what you call business divorces. What have you learned from that?
It's everything that they tell you when you read the articles about starting a business. You need to plan from the beginning as if it's going to end, and make sure you have everything in writing. It's like falling in love. You know, the first couple years after you meet somebody, it's tingly and it's glorious. The brain chemistry is great and the sex appeal is wonderful and it's going to last forever. You don't know what's going to come down the road. So you need to plan ahead, because it makes it so much easier to say, it's not working out anymore, so here's what we agreed to, or here's what we want to do. It was more difficult for me because it was also my spouse for 25 years. So there's the emotional impact of that, and you know, the fights over who gets the pet pig and who gets the dogs. And
Have aspiring entrepreneurs reached out to you and asked you for advice?
they do. I try to get back to everybody that I can, and that's one of the reasons I actually like to go to network events. Is not really that I'm looking for business for me, because most of mine's from out of state, but I want to inspire others, because I can look at, you know, I grew up in a single wide trailer in a trailer park outside of Cincinnati, Ohio, and we were rich and had central air, but you know, we were poor. And I see what entrepreneurism has done for me, and I want people to find their dreams. If we were all happier and had pet pigs, the world would be a better place.
And what do you think we can do in Albuquerque to be encouraging entrepreneurs in the community?
I think we already do it. I think the issue is inspiring entrepreneurs don't know where to get the resources, and we have amazing resources here. Between the economic development departments, between ABQID, all the incubators. I am a huge believer in the small business incubators. When I started the private label company, I was living in Santa Fe, and I started at the Santa Fe Business Incubator. And all of a sudden, you're not alone as an entrepreneur. You're in a building with other people who are entrepreneurs who are dealing with the same problems you are. They're teaching classes. You know, I got my contract attorney through there. I got my photographer through there. It's the ultimate resource.
That's incredible. Keith, thank you so much for sitting down with us and talking about your experience as an entrepreneur.
My pleasure.